here. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? And is it echoing? What's it sound like? Last thing I need is to have an echo and everything coming back. Movie sound effects. Seems like it might be okay. Hopefully it's okay. I can't put the headphones in that one. I could put the headphones in this one though. Let's do it quickly. Just check the feedback, make sure it's not looping. But close that bad boy. Should have checked this before I jump. You can hear me, yes, but is it? Make sure it's not looping before I jump into this. Unable to connect. That was what about that? Your channel, and get it. Okay, cool. The audio is not that great. It's not really that loud, so sorry about that. But you can hear me. So it's not looping. That's good. Anyway, let's get into this really quickly. Sorry for taking so long, but today's stage has been shortened. As you can see, that off. I was hearing myself again in the headphones. But as you can see, the profile of the stage, it's 206 kilometers, and due to snow and everything, the stage is not going to start from Lavigno. Lavigno is just before the Stelvio, and they go through Bormio and then up the Stelvio and down the back of the Stelvio. So the stage is not going to start from Lavigno. They're not going to go up the Stelvio. And according to some of the riders, they were more concerned with the descent. I've done the descent. The descent is sketchy. It is a bit sketchy. But this is my thing. they have so much new technology and everything. Like the disc brakes supposed to be, people brag how the disc brakes break so much better in adverse weather conditions. So when you get weather like this, you're saying to yourself, okay, if the equipment is that much better, why are we really stopping? Because we don't want to get too cold. That I can understand. It is not nice being cold when you're out there and cold and suffering. It sucks because they're going to be the Stelvio is a long climb, so you're going to get wet underneath, like sweaty and stuff, and then you're going to be wet on top. So then you're descending in that cold wind, trying, the cold is getting frozen outside because the wind is hitting you, and then you're cold on the inside, and you can put on layers and stuff, but it sucks. It's not nice. So from that perspective, I can understand. But to say that they're worried about safety of the riders, it just makes me wonder a little bit because all of this bragging and boasting about how great the equipment is today, that that is going to be an issue. So anyway, so the stage is going to be 113 kilometers. So they're going to be starting from, if you look at the map, it's you see the purple S. So if you go back to about like 118, it says Noromato or something like that. So they're going to be starting there, and then they're going to do the last ascent, which is not as high as the Stelvio. Or they actually don't go up the Stelvio. The Stelvio has about 3 or 4 ways you can get up there. So they sort of going along the Stelvio and then down the back of it. And those roads are all like twisty and turny in the backside and stuff. And yeah, it's super on a dry day and a nice day. It's super nice and it's super intense. But I it's on yeah. I've done it. When I done it, I got beautiful weather. I didn't have to bother with the rain and all of that stuff. And I know if it had been raining the day that I did it, I would have suffered because it was August, but at that elevation, it's still cold. It's still cold. I mean, it's the second highest drivable pass in Europe, so it's going to be freezing. So to a certain extent, I can understand the riders not wanting to, but I'm gonna still be like, the equipment is that much better. So I mean, like if you just I mean, just if people, what do you think? Like the race, it's snowing. I mean, it's really really snowing, and the rain. It's horrible. It's horrible conditions. And this is the thing. When I used to race, I actually look forward to like the harsh conditions because sorry, I knew like most like today's like days like today, most riders didn't want to ride. So you use that to your advantage, and you just get out there and ride. And more than often, I tend to get a good result. So I'd be like one of 10 or 20 people that finished with maybe 200 started. So like there was a race, there was 105 degrees, 105 degrees in upstate New York. It was a crazy amount of climbing, and yeah, so we started with almost 200 guys, and like 30 guys finished. So like the more adverse the conditions, like I tend to use those type of conditions to my advantage. And a lot of riders don't do that today. They don't look for the advantages that they can. So, but basically, because so many people have talked and amongst the peloton, that's what's going to happen. The peloton's going to vote to say, the majority is going to be like, we don't want to ride, and the few guys that can use that that adverse conditions to their advantage now have a disadvantage because they know that when the rain comes and when the snow comes, what do most guys do when they get on their bike? They go from this to, they put their heads down, and then they lose like maybe 4 or 5% or maybe 6% of the effort that they would have put in to ride in the race. So the guys who actually just don't care have a really good ride. So, but that's it. The stage has been delayed. It's shortened. It's delayed and shortened due to adverse weather conditions. And then yeah, we're gonna jump off of this and then see how it goes and see what happens and see how they get on with the rest of the stage. It's funny enough because these are the conditions that Poggi likes. Poggi likes the Tadej Pogacar likes the colder conditions. So we'll see how he gets on and we'll see how everybody else gets on. So, and I think the good thing is that they're finishing on top of the mountain. So they go up the mountain and, they're going to put in a really big effort at the last part of the mountain stage. And they don't have to descend, when they're all like damp and cold and wet and all of that stuff. So that's the good thing about finishing on the mountaintop for the last stage. So it's less fears of descending and crashing or sliding out or having any crazy accidents. So that's a good thing about finishing on the top of the thing. So they can just get to the top, they finish, get a coat on or whatnot. And some people were change clothes, roll back down, or however they get back down. There's no Lance Armstrongs here, so no one's getting helicopter, getting a helicopter back down. So yeah, so that's it. I just try to drop in real quick, just give that little tidbit. And I just wanted to show you a picture real quick. So the guys are complaining about the weather conditions. This is 1988. Let me show you 1988. 1988. And Andy Hempstead. And he actually won the Giro de Italia this year. This is going over the Stelvio, the same climb that they're not going to do today. And this is Andy Hempstead cresting the Stelvio and going on to win the 1988 Giro de Italia. So I'm not trying to compare him to the guys that's yesterday as compared to the guys today, but it is what it is. It just makes you wonder, Like, and look at his bike. He has no fancy, nothing. He just has the most basic of the basic. He rose to the top of it. He don't even have on like a super amount of gear, but he did what he had to do. So that was Andy Hempstead in 1998, compared it to the guys to today, and I'm like, I don't even know what to say. So, but I I want to say something. But these are the guys that I want to interview and stuff later on in next year. And if any of the guys, if I talk too harshly about them and they say, you said that about, you called me a wimp and all of this stuff. So I don't want to, I don't want to, I don't want to jeopardize those possible relationships. But in comparison to 1988, you see Andy Hempstead, he rode over the Stelvio. Let me just show you one more time what it looked like when he rode over the Stelvio. This is Andy Hempstead cresting the Stelvio in 1988. Yeah? So, and the guys said they have better clothes, they have better equipment, everything is better. The wheels, they wear less clothes that are warmer because everything is just insulated and everything is so much better. So it just makes you wonder. It makes you wonder because things are just so much better today, but it's still. I feel like it's like kid gloves a little bit, but I understand. I don't understand safety. I understand rider safety. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And yeah. But anyway, I'm going to be out. Thank you for joining me, tuning in. Hopefully, the Giro should be started in the next. Uh, it said 1:58 was supposed to start, so hopefully it should have started by now. So we're going to just tune in and see, because I think Marky was messaging me to tell me what did Marky say? I think Marky's telling me that the pro cyclist going soft. I wanted to give you a Giro 80. So Marky says, he asked me, are the pro cyclists going soft? I wanted a Giro 88 stage, which is the picture of Andy Hempstead. So there are people that want to see them race. It is, people want to see them race, so. And like I said, my thing is, the equipment is better, the clothing is better, the bikes break that much better. So it's just a matter of using common sense, and I think some riders get full of adrenaline and common sense goes out the door and they think that they are He-Man and they throw caution to the wind, and it's not even just caution to the wind. Some riders are just exhausted and tired, and when you're exhausted and tired, sometimes that can be dangerous. So it's I don't know, man. It's one or the I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm trying to be diplomatic, politically correct, and all of that stuff at the same time. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, come on, homie, fellas, go to ride your bike, man. And yeah, anyway, folks, I'm gonna tune in. Hopefully, the stage is started by now, and we'll see how it goes because it's 113 kilometers at the moment. And if it starts any later, they're going to have to shorten the stage even more. But it's only 2 o'clock. The daylight's long, so they still do have plenty of hours. But the dangerous thing about starting late and late in the day, it gets cold like in the evening as the sun, it gets cold. So if it's cold now on top of that mountain, if they start even later, it's going to be absolutely freezing. So, I hope they don't wait too late to get on with things and get things started. All right, folks, thank you for tuning in. It's been Ines Luby Say with your legs, and we're gonna go check in with the Giro and see what's going on, and hopefully the day is started. Peace out, people. I'm gonna try to get this extra intro going, and I will see you later. Go enjoy the Giro. Stay with your legs, media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.